Tony D. Shit. What it need. Cornbread.
Welcome to the Sex, Travel, Sports, Food Podcast with your host, Cousin Cornbread on ANDS Radio. That's ain't no damn station radio. We're delivering this straight to your earphones, your car speakers, and sound bars on that Wi-Fi, hotspots, Ethernet, T1 lines, shared data plans, or however you get on the internet. And we about to go ahead and get this commentary in and solve life's problems. Y'all ready? Set, go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey man, it's your host, Cousin Cornbread, checking in with y'all, your favorite cousin, man. Episode number 10, we gonna go ahead and get this joint in, man. And once again, just a reminder, wherever you need to find me, man, on social media, I'm at Cousin Cornbread, all one word. And you spell those words correctly. Cousin is spelled correctly, Cousin. Cornbread is spelled correctly, Cornbread. Okay, Cousin Cornbread on everything, man. You hear me? And you can just go on www.cousincornbread.com and link everything off of there. Everything is on there, man. So check that out. And we're going to get this straight in, man. It's been a crazy couple weeks, man. And, you know, this past week, in sex-related things, we had y'all's loud-ass screaming mans, DJ Khaled, talking about he don't give his wife head. You know what I'm talking about. And this was from an interview back in 2015. And, like, I'm not quite sure why people even really be caring about what celebrities do, or actually what anybody does with their sexual life. I discussed this before as far as, like, people, caring about other people's sexual preferences and sexual orientation, identity, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Who's a LGBTQLMNOP? Who's a whatever the hell they do? Who cares, man? If they not giving you no dick or no pussy, who cares? Like, it really, like, I literally can't understand what anybody's vested interest is in what somebody else does sexually. But, the world we live in is out there. People care. People talk about it. And so I'm going to just go ahead and touch on it real quick because it's kind of interesting when you think about what he was talking about as far as him saying that he doesn't give his wife head, but that he feels that she needs to give him head because he's the king. And apparently he said this on a 2015 interview with the Breakfast Club. Okay. But the crazy part about it is that if that's supposed to be your king, if you're supposed to be the king, then your wife is supposedly the queen, correct? Right? So, like, if she the queen, then she's also privy to the quote-unquote royal treatment, right? Or is she, like, reduced to a peasant in this king, queen, king bullshit scenario that he came up with, right? Like, so what is she? So if you the king and she supposed to do her duties to please you and do whatever, but you're not supposed to do it to her, then what the fuck is she? That's what I would say if I was her. I'd be like, so what the fuck, am I a peasant, fuck boy? Am I a peasant? Fuck you talking about? All that yelling and shit he do. Maybe his throat tied. Maybe his tongue be tied from yelling on everybody's track. DJ Khaled. Yeah, hey, first of all, simmer down. Okay? Simmer. We hear you. We see you. You got a whole microphone. You don't need to yell. You could talk over the track. Every time you talk, it's what they call in the radio industry and the music industry, when you put the vocals behind when you put the music behind the vocals every time the vocals come up, it's called, damn, I can't even remember what the fuck it's called now. Ducking. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. Ducking. Okay. So even when you hear me talking on here on this show, or if you ever hear any DJ talking, every time they talk at the club or something like that, when they running their whole mouth talking about all the promos and all this other stuff and the girls over there and go to the bar, blah blah. Every time they talking over that and the music goes behind their voice, that's called ducking it behind the voice. Okay, but anyway, so you don't need to yell, DJ Khaled. Simmer your ass down. I don't really like them yelling ass DJs. I never really liked Funk Flex and all them irritating ass bombs he used to drop, or I guess he still does it. I don't know. But he's another annoying motherfucker. I don't know. A lot of DJs I don't know if that's supposed to be like the thing. You're supposed to just be annoying as fuck. But I always felt like the loud people that's trying to be entertaining, they're never entertaining. They just annoying. But the squeaky wheel does get the oil a lot of times. So like, I guess it works. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers wouldn't keep doing it if it don't work. But anyway, that was a little side tangent, back to this thing about this king and queen joint, right? Or this king treatment versus what he not going to do. It just seems kind of odd to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, why wouldn't you want to give your wife some head? Like, that's nice. That's nice to do this with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same reason you want it would be the same reason she wanted. You would assume. You know what I'm saying? And this, like, his perspective is just all off. And, but he's an older dude. I didn't know. I looked up his information because I mean, everybody know who DJ Khaled is. But I didn't know he was 42. He was born in 75. So he's 42 years old. So technically he was born in the 70s. And you know, sometimes the old school dudes, they really be on that shit. Like, yeah, you know, no old jive turkey. I ain't eating no, what they used to call it, trim. Oh, jive turkey, I ain't eating no, ain't no woman gonna have, I'm not gonna put my mouth down there on that trim. Well, I don't even know how they talk for real. They had bell bottom Pampers and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck was going on back there in the 70s. But it's weird, man. It was so weird. And I think, you know, I look up and like, man, that's why this dude beard ain't growing in right. He missing some vital nutrients in his beard because he ain't giving his wife head. You know, he probably, if he go ahead and give her some head, man, his beard probably be popping. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he got to keep it low. He got to keep that joint low to his face because he can't, once they start growing out, it's going to look a little tragic. Because he ain't giving his wife no head. And that's supposedly what I heard on the street is that's part of a proper beard maintenance plan. So y'all make sure, man, if you want to, you know, grow your beard in right, make sure y'all don't be out there on that DJ Khaled. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there, get you a nice clean girl, like they said in Coming to America. Nice clean girl. Get you a nice clean girl. Give her some head. You know, at least twice a week. That ain't bad. Even if you just see her on the weekend, that's Saturday or Sunday. Or Friday night, something, I don't know. Just go ahead and do it, man. Like, what's wrong with y'all people out there? What the fuck going on with y'all, man? But another theory, though, for real, is that his wife, well, my other theory, I ain't heard nobody else say this, but my other theory is that his wife might not like head. Okay? Now, was a revelation to me. Years ago, I met this chick, and, you know, we were just talking about whatever, and, you know, some kind of sex stuff came up, and she mentioned that she didn't like getting head, and I was shocked at that point. I was just like, oh, shit. At that point, I had never heard anything remotely related to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on and then I went on a sex discussion, like women versus men round table panel thing that one of my friends was hosting. And I was one of the participants for the men, clearly. And, you know, and a lot of women reaffirmed that they don't be liking head sometimes. And I was like, even right now, I'd be shocked. I'm like, for real? Like, people see it. They like, yeah, some people just don't like it. And it ranged from women thinking it was just kind of an average situation and not a big deal, you know, as part of the sexual routine or your sexual repertoire, whatever you want to call it. Some people were just like, you know, it ain't really nothing to write home about. It's cool, that's part of it, but I don't need it and I don't go crazy for it. And then some of them just said it was a turn off, like it was all the way to the other extreme, which is it didn't do anything for them. It was like a whole turn off to them. Like they didn't want their man or woman, whoever. I guess it had to be a man. I don't know. Well, that's interesting. I guess none of them were lesbians, but I don't know. I ain't gonna even get into that part. But so some of them just got turned off by it. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. I never heard of that. And then I kind of felt sorry for the ones that said they just didn't like it. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you just didn't like it? That's a cotton picking shame. Because, man, I would feel real bad if my girlfriend or my wife, fiance, whatever, was like, I didn't really like that head. Hey, look, that's kind of crazy. You know, that would kind of, I think that would hurt some people's feelings if they went, you know, y'all ladies out there telling them that shit ain't nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying? I know I would be offended. I would need an edible arrangement sent to me to make me feel better the next couple of days. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'd probably be sulking around, drinking old fashions in the dark by myself. But it's crazy, man. Y'all dudes, man, better make sure y'all go out here and work on your head game. If you not on the DJ Khaled and you actually do, go ahead and respect your queen. If we gonna stick with that theme, make sure y'all do it right, man. And ladies, make sure you tell them, but don't tell them in the middle of an argument like, oh yeah, motherfucker, you ain't shit, you a fuck ass nigga, and you don't even give me the head like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do it when y'all peaceful, when y'all let Rita's get an Italian ice or something, and he lick it off the spoon. He be like, yeah, you probably want to incorporate that into the bedroom, my brother. The way you looking at Rita's, that's how you need to hook your girl up. Do it subtly. Or even if you're going to do it direct, you know, just don't do it in a mean way. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to give people positive motivation, positive reinforcement. Be like, hey, boo, I know you trying, but this is what I need you to do. And just go ahead and hold it there. You know what I'm saying? And fellas, fuck it. Hey, look, just ask your lady flat out what she like. You know, if you don't know she like it, or if you think she might be bluffing, if you make sure you show that you care. And just ask her. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be holding you down. And that would give her the opening to go ahead and let you know. You know what I'm saying? So I think you should just flat out ask her, man. It's not enough time for people to be out here bullshitting and pump faking on letting people know what they like. You know what I'm saying? It's 2018. North Korea is about to shoot nukes over here after they meet with Trump. Trump probably gonna swing on old dude. So after all that stuff happened, we probably gonna be dying soon. Trump out here grabbing pussy. It's just not a lot of time to waste. Okay? So just ask your girl what you like, boo. You know what I'm saying? And any woman will jump at the opportunity to improve your game. I'm trying to tell you right now. And if she get mad or uncomfortable with you asking her that, nah, man, she ain't grown. She ain't grown. She on that kids eat free. She on that 12 and under shit, y'all. Because any grown woman would jump at the opportunity to tell you, to give you a critique on what's going on with your life. You understand me? But yeah, man, that joint was just weird and crazy. Whatever. Y'all, yeah, man. Everybody should exchange head out here. Who was that girl? It's some other girl, Tierra Marie or some chick that she had a supposedly a leaked sex tape or whatever. Man, that John was average. It was just regular head. Like, and it was like what, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. It was nothing. And I don't know, everybody was making a big deal about this chick having this sex tape released and all this stuff, but it was real average. It was real average. So like, I mean, head is normal. Like, I don't understand why people are so up in arms about this stuff. Even if she did have this sex tape leaked, who cares? I mentioned this on a few, I don't even know what episode that was, but I mentioned that before too. Like, why does anybody even care about a sex tape? Hey, they ain't doing nothing special. They just having sex. It's just that person having sex. Like everybody does. Like everybody has sex. It's not new. It's nothing. It's sex. Like, so what? Oh my God, Tierra Marie gives head. Okay. Who don't? Besides DJ Khaled. Yeah, man. Oh, and lying ass Jamaican dudes or Caribbean dudes be swearing they don't give head too. I know a couple of my boys. they be like, man, shut your ass up. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know damn well. But they be lying about that shit too. A lot of people be lying. A lot of people lie, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will lie about that shit just to make a point or just to be on that side of the coin for some kind of arbitrary ass reason. But who knows, man? Who knows? But anyway, another theory about that joint is that your man's DJ Khaled might have been recalling the fact that, back in 2013, Michael Douglas claimed that he got cancer from eating the pussy. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that shit? I was like, oh shit. That's a tragedy. So apparently so I researched this joint right back then. And I just made sure I rechecked it. So apparently you can get HPV transferred via oral sex. Clearly, you give your girl head, she can transfer HPV to you. And then that HPV exposure can result in cancer in the throat or cancer wherever, but we'll start in the throat. And that's some crazy shit, man. That's too much. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? So maybe DJ Khaled was like, hey, man, I ain't trying to get this cancer, dog. I got too much more yelling to do. So I can't risk getting throat cancer eating the pussy. Now that might be a theory. And maybe that one I think that's more valid than the whole king queen bullshit that he came up with. Cause I don't want to think that he reducing his wife to a peasant. You know what I'm saying? So I would go with the throat cancer 2013 tragedy from Michael Douglas, the actor, more so than the king queen. That's what I'm gonna go with. What y'all think, man? That's what I'm gonna go with though. And yeah, man, I think that's what y'all should. And just be careful. Just be careful out there when y'all go. I mean, some people don't even know what they got out there. We discussed STDs on this show before, man. Just make sure y'all try to have an open, honest, adult conversation with people about STDs, about if they like head, they don't like head, whatever. Make sure you know what your partner like, man. That's the only way to do it. And just ask, fuck it. Ain't no harm in asking, for real. It'll make everybody's life easier. It'll keep everything flowing smoothly so you can be in there and putting down your best effort, okay? When you're eating the box. And I can't stand that term, the box. And a lot of people say that, box. I was reading a lot of comments and chicks, men and women, dudes and chicks, bro, everybody, the box this and the box that. When you gonna eat my box? And when I'm in that box and the box does and the box this and the box that. I can't stand that reference. I don't like that reference. First of all, it's a weird reference because it's generic as fuck. The box. Like a regular, just plain old box. Like when I think about that reference, man, I just think about like a U-Haul box. Or like some kind of moving box. Like a plain brown box sitting on the floor with nothing around it. That's what I think about, a box. Like, who wants that? Is that exciting to y'all? Like, who? Why y'all call it the box? I don't like that shit. I would never get excited about box. If a chick came up to me and was like, yeah, motherfucker, I can't wait to give you some of this box. What? The box? What box? What you got in the box? Like, I don't associate box with pussy at all. Why can't you just say pussy? Ain't that like the regular slang term for vagina? Just say pussy. Box. And I heard some people call it a purse. your purse. Hey, yeah, why people come up with all these different ass random ways to say pussy? Like, it's not that hard. Just say pussy or vagina. Like, I don't understand. It's weird. But this box thing is really the one. Like an old dry ass corrugated box just laying flat on the floor. Actually, when I picture that, it's either put together standing up in the middle of the floor with nothing around it, or it's flat, unassembled box. And I'm going to pass on that, dog. It's going to be a no from me, dog. Okay? I'm sorry, dog. It's going to be a no from me. I can't fuck a box. Y'all stop that. Y'all stop using box in 2018, goddammit. Going into this summer, y'all come up with something different to say than box when you're talking about a vagina or a pussy, okay? Another thing y'all gonna stop saying, my second most hated term for vagina, okay, is snatch. Okay, now that is the dirtiest, actually, maybe that's number one, because that's like the most dirtiest, distasteful sounding thing in the whole wide world when somebody talking about a pussy or a vagina. Snatch? Like, who even came up with snatch? The fuck is what? How is snatch related to vagina or pussy? Right? Like, everybody thinks pussy and vagina is good, correct? Snatch doesn't signify anything positive to me. It doesn't evoke excitement in me. Just like box. Like, neither one of these terms just makes anything exciting happen in my head. Like, yeah, you want to come over here and get this snatch. What? No, I'm going to pass on that, okay? I don't want snatch. Not even sure what the fuck that means, okay? Y'all stop saying snatch, man, in 2018 too. So don't say box and don't say snatch when you're referring to a vagina or pussy. It's fine just to say vagina or pussy. Fucking snatch. That shit sound like that only ice road truckers hit that. Like a snatch just sounds like it's just on the side of the road. I'm gonna snatch that up right there. Hey, what's that right there? I don't know. Just snatch it up. I don't know. What's that on the side of the road in the gutter? I don't know. Just snatch it. Snatch it up real quick. Snatch it up like some pussy. I don't know. Stop saying snatch, man. That shit sound nasty. That shit sound terrible. It don't sound exciting at all. Sheesh. It's like you don't even really, I don't know. Like especially when women say it, right? If a woman refers to her own vagina or pussy as a snatch, it sounds like she don't even take care of it, right? Like she kind of like, I guess, she be in the bathroom, put one leg up on the toilet on the side of the tub with like an old dirty rag, and she just like kind of splash it around on the pussy and be like, whatever, it's a snatch, it'll do. Snatch is clean, it's all right. We don't need to get in depth with this. Just throw a little soap on it. Put a little hand soap on the washcloth and just go ahead and split slash it. It's just a snatch. Fuck it. It don't matter. What the hell? Y'all stop saying snatch. That just sounds awful. Like that's just a terrible term. Terrible. Sounds terrible. Sounds irritating. doesn't sound exciting at all. So y'all, we need to start using better terminology out here, man. Okay? For real. Y'all stop, man. Get something else to call that, Joe. Just stick with vagina and pussy. Just stick with pussy. Like, it's not that hard. I think just go with that. Just please. Shit. But yeah, man. And another crazy ass story that was in the news, man. Speaking of things that sound terrible, the Washington Redskins, first of all, their name sounds terrible. Clearly, it's been going on for years with the name. But recently, they had another terrible situation or another accusation that sounded terrible. Whereas the cheerleaders of the Washington football team, the Redskins, have alleged that they were in Costa Rica at a team-sponsored event for season ticket holders and box owners and stuff. Actually, there you go, box. But box owners for the season tickets and all this stuff. And they said they were pimped out by the team to these box owners, these platinum members, and all these, these corporate guys that flew down to Costa Rica for this team event with the cheerleaders, to get them to re-up on these boxes that cost that cost tens of thousands, $100,000, whatever it is, right? And the cheerleader said that they were basically pimped out, forced to pose topless, and then some of them were picked out by these dudes to be their quote unquote escorts to these nightclubs around in Costa Rica, whatever town they were in, for the night. And that was a crazy allegation that came out, I guess, last week. And I was like, man, that sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only, just like that fucking box. Who out here telling this putting these cheerleaders out there as escorts? You know what I'm saying? So then I saw an interview with some of the cheerleaders that were completely going against this whole thing. They were on Fox 5 News down here in D.C. And there were 3 cheerleaders on. I guess one of them was a captain and 2 other girls. And they said they were on the trip. And this was from 2013. So they said they were on that trip, and that the allegations that these other chicks were making were completely ridiculous, and that everything was voluntary, and all the other information. Another part of the story was that the team took their passports and forced them to go be escorts with these dudes for the night, even though sex wasn't involved. They tried to put this whole thing on there about basically trying to make it seem like they were going to be stranded in Costa Rica, like kind of if they didn't perform this escort service, or if they didn't post topless, that the team took their passports and forced them to do this stuff against their will, basically. And these other chicks were like, nah, that's not how it goes. Every time we land, every time we go out of the country or whatever, they take our passports for security purposes so that we don't get stranded abroad, or we don't get stranded out here losing our passport, doing whatever, and we can get back. And it wasn't a thing where they were taking their passports and forcing them to do anything and threatening them with like leaving them in Costa Rica or something like that if they didn't do what these people were asking them to do, and blah, 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 man. So it just one of them additional things. Like the past few months, it's just been a lot of rape stuff going, I guess, for the past year. But it's been just all this, a lot of allegations of sexual misconduct, raping, and inappropriate touching, inappropriate comments to people, and all this kind of stuff, man. And this was just another story I saw pop up related. That's just putting all kinds of crazy, weird, bad stuff out in the air, and then other people will come back and say it didn't happen. Crazy part about this is that the crazy part about this one is that the other cheerleaders on the trip said it didn't happen. Now you got to figure out kind of who you gonna believe, Because apparently some chicks are saying, oh, it was a whole big caravan of cheerleaders that went out and were being forced to be escorts. And another group saying that wasn't the case. Everybody was down there having fun, and the chicks that did go were all volunteered and knew it was going to pop off. And a lot of these chicks were using the topless photos and were using the topless photos for their own purposes, like if they have other modeling careers outside of the Redskins stuff, or if they do risque or nude shoots anyway, they was already gonna be doing this anyway. And it's a lot of stuff convoluted up in there, man. But yeah, it's crazy. But everybody, anytime a allegation like these come out, people kind of just go with it. And the question really is, do you just blindly believe every allegation as if it was true until proven otherwise? Or do y'all have certain parameters? Like, do you say, all right, well, I don't know. Like, how do you qualify that? How do you qualify what's real or what's fake or what's over exaggerated or what's a lie, straight out lie? You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, there are people that lie, or there are people that just try to cash in on people's people being exposed to certain, being exposed. Like I saw some other thing about some chick that was at Chris Brown's house that said that she had gotten raped by somebody that was at his house. It wasn't Chris Brown, but Chris Brown getting sued because it happened at his house. That's crazy. How Chris Brown, what? That's weird. I don't know. Like, how are you supposed to qualify that? And how does he get held responsible for that? Like, what is the law about something like that? Like, what kind of protections do you need in your own house about guests at your house and how they act and all that kind of stuff? Like, is that on your homeowner insurance? Like, what the hell? I couldn't imagine somebody coming in my house and being like, yeah, so-and-so just touched me and now I'm a sue cornbread. What? I had nothing to do with that. Maybe I kicked both of y'all out after I found out he touched you or she touched you or whatever it is. I don't know, man. It's weird. But yeah, man, all this stuff is crazy, man. That's why you just got to stay in the house, man. For real. Because it's just too much sexual misconduct allegations out here, whatever the hell that means. And it's all subjective, for real. All that stuff is really subjective. I mean, except for in cases of like dead ass forceful rape or like dead ass inappropriate comments where like clearly people are just out of control. Like there's some things that are cut and dry. But other stuff is subjective. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get alcohol involved. There's always the difference between how alcohol supposedly affects men and how alcohol affects women. Right? Like when a man get drunk and do some shit, it's like he is out of control, but he still should have been responsible for his actions. And it's kind of like, well, fuck it, you shouldn't have been drinking and like you're just a bad person for allowing yourself to get to that point and blah, blah, blah. But the same situation, the woman, they be like, oh, well, she was too drunk to understand what was going on. She was too drunk to control herself and she was drunk to this, but the spin on it is never the same as it is for the man, right? The woman was too drunk and so nobody should took advantage of that situation. But apparently the man was too drunk, but he took advantage of the situation. It's weird. Like, how did that work? You know what I'm saying? They both drunk. Ain't everybody, if everybody drunk or whatever, then aren't they both either just as guilty or just as not guilty of having that inappropriate activity during that drunk phase? Like, I don't know. Why is it a different barometer for those two things? Like, I know some dudes that can barely drink and get belligerent after 2 drinks or 1 drink. I know some chicks that can drink all night long and be completely cognizant of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you look at stuff like that and it's like, how the fuck do you judge this? And it's weird. So that's why you just got to stay in the house. Because nothing is safe, dog. For real. For real, I don't know. All you can really do out here, man, is not become a victim, man. For real. Or try not to become a victim. And pretty soon, we all just going to have to start having sex on Facebook Live. Or on your Insta story. You know what I'm saying? With a lawyer present, a police at the door. Or maybe the police should be in the room. Maybe everybody should be in the room. The police and the lawyer in the room. It's crazy, man. But yeah, that's what it's gonna come down to. For real. That's what it's gonna come down to, man. So y'all going out of town, don't hold nobody passports, dog. You don't want to tell hey, look. I'm like, look, man, you put your joint in the safe, I put my joint in the safe. Well, you give it to the front desk or whatever. Cause I ain't holding no passport, cause I'm not trying to hold you captive out here. You hear me? Cousin Cornbread ain't never trying to hold nobody captive. If you don't want to have sex with me, just tell me. For real. And I'll be like, that's a bet. And you know, I just go upgrade my Pornhub account. Ain't no thing. I'm going to save money. I'm going to save a lot of money. I'll upgrade my Pornhub account to platinum. And we going to get it in. I get all the HD quality videos, all that. We good. Ain't nobody going to force you. You know what I'm talking about? I'll never force nothing, ever, in life. But yeah, man, shit. And shit, speaking of Costa Rica, man, I also, you know, completely going on the other side of this joint as far as traveling. I talked about being an expatriate a bunch of times on this show. But I heard Costa Rica still one of those fairly reasonably priced spots in the Caribbean, or on the Caribbean side anyway. The Caribbean side of Costa Rica is where you can get the reasonably priced property. Apparently on the Pacific side, that joint already been held down with the big hotels and a lot of expatriates already with the inflated prices. But the Caribbean side apparently is still a little bit open. You can get a little deal. So, hey, if y'all see y'all man's cousin Cornbread posting from Costa Rica or from Central America, y'all know I'm doing the tour, so I can go down there and check these prices out, man. I heard Guatemala's another spot. For real. Beachfront property under 200, under 300. So look, might be down there. Primo pan de maíz. Ain't that cousin Cornbread in Spanish? I don't know. Sounds good. Primo pan de maíz. Yeah, we gonna go with that, cousin Cornbread. Okay? That's y'all Spanish lesson for today. Primo pan de maíz. That's how you say cousin Cornbread in Spanish. And I made that up. That's my Spanglish version of it. But it might work. Who knows? But yeah, man, whenever I do go ahead and go down there or leave the country, or next time I take a flight anyway, I am not fucking with United Airlines. For real. Still in this travel joint, man. Like, United Airlines they can't get out the news. Y'all heard about the drunk flight attendant, right? Y'all hear about that? The drunk ass flight attendant on the United flight came on the intercom apparently and said, if your seatbelt isn't tight, you fucked up. And, you know, some lady on the plane was recording it. I think she might have gone live or something like that, but she at least recorded it and was taking pictures of the girl laid all up against the door, slumped over, just looking crazy. Flight attendant was looking crazy. And apparently when they landed, the police were on the jetway waiting for the flight to land, which is weird. Like, is that protocol? Like, do you really get locked up for being drunk at work? Is that like is that flight attendant industry standard? Like, if the flight attendant is inebriated, they get locked up, they go to jail? Like, is that a criminal offense? That's weird to me. But I had to look that up, or somebody can chime in and let me know if that's like protocol. But yeah, so the crazy thing is I have a friend that's a flight attendant, and she actually is a United flight attendant, and she was adamantly against me associating the United this United flight attendant with United Airlines. She's talking about, oh no, that's just that's United Express. That's not the real United. We the real United. We would never go for that. That's not how United flight attendants work, blah, 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 blah. Hey, man, look, the public don't care. We don't know the difference between United Express, United Continental, United Pacific, United Regional, around the block. We don't give a fuck. All y'all drunk now. We gonna profile and generalize y'all just like the police do black people, okay? all y'all bad. All y'all United Airlines people, y'all be dragging motherfuckers off the plane. Like they did that doctor last year. Y'all be dragging people down the aisle, kicking people off of planes, and y'all drunk now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just raging alcoholic flight attendant on United. That joke is crazy, man. I'm not getting on no United flights fucking around with them, man. They go hard in the paint, apparently. You know, you go on United, man, you gotta be ready for battle. And now you got to fight. You can't even be ready for regular battle. Now you got to fight it. Like, you know, when they get that drunk rage, that drunk strength be worse than regular strength. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be ready. You got to be hopped up on these motherfuckers. The fuck with these flight attendants. You better put your seatbelt on if I fuck y'all up. Shit. That junk crazy, man. But here go the thing about this, that whole story. Did the flight attendant lie? No, she ain't lie. She didn't lie. If you don't put your seatbelt on, as we saw with that Southwest jump, I think that the girl, well, actually, she had her seatbelt on, but she still got fucked up. But for real, like if something happened and the seatbelt is off, you are gonna be fucked up. If y'all crash, or if y'all hit some crazy turbulence and that jump hit a little sharp 90-degree pitch, you gonna be fucked up. And she ain't lied. So maybe she thought she worked for Southwest. You know, they be coming on there with all the hokey, funny, comedic introductions and instructions and stuff like that. Maybe she used to work for Southwest, so she was just channeling her comedic side. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, all Southwest attendants, they be like part-time magicians and mimes and shit. Because they be very, very entertaining, actually. I like Southwest flight attendants. And JetBlue got some good ones, too. You know, they size it up for you. But yeah, man, justice for whoever that flight attendant is. I hope she ain't go to jail for real or get no real charge, man. She was just drinking on the job like we all want to. Half y'all be going to happy hour or going to lunch and drinking them damn margaritas. I know y'all was on Cinco de Mayo fucked up at work after y'all went back in the office. Don't be judging her. Y'all can't judge her, man. But yeah, man. Oh, and then another thing I saw, I was talking about Southwest last episode, going to Hawaii. And guess what? Now you look over in Hawaii, they got a whole volcano that erupted on the big island. A volcano. They got lava flowing down the streets, man, over there in Hawaii. Now, I don't know if it's still going or not. But last week, a volcano erupted in Hawaii on the big island and burning down all the houses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And I think I'm a curse because every time I say I want to go somewhere, it's always like some kind of tragedy go over there. Like years ago, I said one of my things, I was like, I wanted to go to Greece. And I swear, like 2 months later, the Greece dollar, the valuation of their currency just tanked. A couple years, like probably 5-6 years ago, I said I wanted to go to Egypt. And then they had like some kind of just civil uprising and everybody was in the streets just busting off AKs and all kinds of crazy shit. I was like, God damn, every time I want to go somewhere, it's a tragedy there. So now I'm just going to say I want to go to the White House. So maybe the earth will open up and swallow that junk up like they doing this volcano down here in the big island, man, for real. And apparently the officials, whoever the hell the quote unquote officials are, said that the problem in Hawaii is not even really the lava, but it's the sulfur dioxide in the air. That's considered the major threat, according to the quote unquote officials. Because the air, you know, because the sulfur dioxide can get in the air and travel for hundreds of miles around the island, around the, you know, not just from where it's at, but it can affect everybody for hundreds of miles. And I'm like, shit, you can get a mask, I think, so you can still breathe with the sulfur dioxide or something. But what you can't do is fight off that molten lava rock, okay? So somebody was like, cornbread, here come the molten lava shooting up 230 feet in the air, which is what they said. They said when the joint explodes, it shoots the lava rocks up 230 feet in the air. So fuck that sulfur dioxide. You over here at Senior Frogs or Margaritaville trying to live your best life. And now a hot ass lava rock comes through the ceiling and land in your scorpion bowl. or your margarita or whatever. Fucked up your whole calamari appetizer. And we talking about sulfur dioxide. Fuck that, y'all. I just got burned by a goddamn lava rock that came through the roof from 100 miles away. You talking about sulfur dioxide? Man, get out of here, dog. But yeah, man, I ain't telling nobody. I'm not gonna mention nowhere else I want to go no more, man. Because damn, I fucked up Costa Rica just now. So if something happened in Costa Rica, it ain't my fault, man. Even though I said I want to move there now, because clearly God listening, and every time I say I want to go, he come back and be like, or nah. He be like, hold my beer. I'm gonna fuck that up right now. Shit, Lord, man. Can't even enjoy vacation no more out here in these streets, man. Thanks, Trump. I blame Trump for everything, by the way. Just like the non-Obama supporters blamed Obama for like every arbitrary ass thing. I blame Trump for everything. It's all Trump's fault. Trump ruined the whole world, man. For real. And you can tell Mother Nature is pissed off at Trump. She made winter last like an extra 3 months and then just went straight to summer. I'm telling you, down here in D.C., man, I don't know where y'all listen at, but in D.C., last week, we had on coats. I had on my heat in my house. All the D.C. man was out here in their Helly Hansen fly fishing suits. And first of all, black people in D.C. be wearing Helly Hansen or D.C. and PG County now because there ain't really a lot of black people left in D.C. But PG County, Maryland, the former like Ward 9 of D.C. right now. So all the black people live in PG, whatever. Y'all gonna start wearing that Helly Hansen. Y'all know that's for fishing, right? That Helly Hansen, all that stuff was made. I mean, it is for cold weather, but it ain't for like regular cold weather. It's made for like weather on the boat and like wind and shit like that. Ain't no whole bunch of wind down here in DC, but whatever. Y'all start wearing that shit, man. But yeah, man, Trump ruined everything, man. Kenny, we went, like I said, we went from winter, said fuck spring. We went from, it was like 40 degrees one day. Then like 2 days later, it was 89. Like, what happened? My air conditioner, my HVAC was like, fuck how y'all feel. I'm freezing up. I don't know what the hell going on. My HVAC ain't working no more. They said, fuck it, I give up. My HVAC said, fuck Trump too. But yeah, man. Another thing I saw about vacation too, man, is that studies showed, I posted this on my Facebook page, man. Studies showed that the average American worker takes less time off than a medieval peasant. A medieval peasant, man. That's crazy. And one of the craziest quotes in the joint was, in the article that I read, was that it said this. It said, go back 200, 300, or 400 years, and you find that most people did not work very long hours at all. In addition to relaxing during long holidays, the medieval peasant took his sweet time eating meals, and the day often included time for an afternoon snooze. The tempo of life was slow, even leisurely. The pace of work relaxed. Our ancestors may not have been rich, but they had an abundance of leisure. What? I'm sorry, that was end quote. Our ancestors may not have been rich, but they had an abundance of leisure. And that was the end of it, right? So I'm reading this article. I'm like 200, 300, 400 years ago. Clearly, they had to go and compare this to medieval Europe, because over here in the United States of America, guess where the black people was doing 200, 300, 400 years ago? Oh, we were slaves and shit. Yeah, okay. So yeah, clearly there was no leisure and afternoon snoozes over here. But then I started thinking, oh shit, maybe that's why Kanye said slavery was a choice. I was like, yo, look at the time of this article, and Kanye telling us slavery was a choice, giving us that revelation. Shit. There we go. Now we know why slavery was a choice, because our ancestors were out here working light hours, eating good, taking a siesta in the afternoon, and having a life of leisure on the plantation, apparently. So look, Jesus knows. After all, like, we thought that Kanye was tripping, but he already knew that based on this study, shit, we was getting more vacation than slaves, goddamn, like real life. Shit, we might as well go back, pick this cotton and get this tobacco off these farms. You hear me? But yeah, man, they said, fuck your PTO. You say, y'all PTO fucked up, you might as well be a slave, dog. Crazy. Find out Kanye knew what he was talking about. Shit. Kanye be knowing, man. Kanye 2000, what is that, 2020 he running? I'm going to vote for him just because he already knew. He going to give us back our real leisurely schedule that we had as slaves, for real. We're going to pull up. Thanks, Kanye. Thank you. Like Trump and Kanye 2020. Shit. Vote for that. But yeah, man, make sure y'all take y'all PTO, man, because they don't care. Your company don't care about you. If you die tomorrow, man, they had your shit posted for a backfield by the time the flyer for your wake is printed. By the time they come up with the eulogy for your, by the time they come up with the flyer for your funeral and your little cousins print that T-shirt, your job gonna be posted, probably filled. And you over here, you done died with 100 hours worth of PTO on your books. And they ain't gonna distribute that to your beneficiaries. Let me try to tell you that much. For real, man. Or just take some mental health chill days. Like one of my homies said on Facebook, man. He said he just taking chill days sometime. And you know, that's a good idea right there too. Shit. Take a day off, man. Mental health day. But yeah, one thing I started doing, especially related to travel, because I be using my PTO. I take the day before and after my vacation off now. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll make you avoid unnecessary pressures of having to get ready and to decompress from travel. Because traveling can be, depending on where you're going, you might be in that, you know, in transit for 12 plus hours. That's a lot, dog. Shit. So you got to get prepared for that. Either get rested up to do it or get rested up after you finish doing it. But yeah, man, don't take that day off, or at least the day after, the day before, the day after off, man. For real. If you ain't coming back on the weekend, get your life together. You don't need to be having all that stress to come back and you fucked up still from travel. You need a break. You need a vacation from the vacation if you go straight back, man. For real. So make sure you use it, because I don't know what kind of payout rules they got, but I don't trust them. I don't trust the PTO payout, Joe. Make sure you track your accruing of your PTO too, man. For real. Because they ain't going to tell you. They're going to try to set you up. I don't trust these companies, man. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust these companies. I don't trust Kanye Kardashian, even though he did know about this, how we was leisurely living slavery life. And I also don't trust people. You know, one thing I saw, man, recently too, this is called sex, travel, sports, food. One thing in food that I saw recently was I don't trust motherfuckers who go to a steakhouse and order a non-steak entree, okay? So I'm in this group on Facebook called Eat the City. Eat the City. If y'all ain't in the group and you enjoy food, or you enjoy talking about food and getting food reviews, go join this group, okay? Eat the City. That's the name of the group. People post up a lot of reviews and recipes and all that kind of stuff in there. So one lady talking about she was at Del Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse. That's the name of the place, right? And she was disappointed in her entree, which was the Chilean sea bass. So I was like, well, what'd your man Antoine Dawson say? Obviously, that's not what they cook good up in there. It say on the dough. Steakhouse. That's what it say, on the dough. on the window. It say this. Let me tell y'all what we make over here. Del Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse. So what they cook good? Steak, motherfucker. So fuck your sea bass. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? I don't never feel bad if y'all have a mediocre experience eating a non-steak entree at a steakhouse good. That's what you deserve. Because you over here trying to be cute. Little rainbow trout or some bullshit. Some sea bass. Girl, you better get that steak. That's what they just told you on the damn window. That's what we got in here. We've been practicing with the steak. No damn sea bass, man. So I don't trust y'all people that order random shit in the steakhouse. You know, you can eat that as an appetizer or an accompaniment to your steak, but that ain't gonna be your main entree. Fuck you mean? So in 2018, make sure y'all start going to places that specialize in what you want, okay? And then that's gonna take out the risk that you gonna, you know, that you assuming by trying to get some other shit. You know what I'm talking about? You know? Please, I want y'all to do that, man, for real. And so I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man, for real. Make sure you go to specialty places to get what you want. Always know what you want, man, for real. In life, let me try to be, what do you call it? Introspective. In life, always know what you want out of life. Make a plan. Go for what you need. If there's something special that you're seeking, go right for it, because that's what you're going to want. That's the only way you'll be satisfied. Some shit like that. I'm going to come up with a real introspective thing to say about that. But I'm going to let y'all go ahead and get up out of this, Joe, man, for real. Get y'all in and out. But don't forget, man, y'all can hang out with your favorite cousin Cornbread, on Memorial Day weekend down at the National Harbor. Okay, we're going to be drinking wine and telling jokes. It's an event called Laughs and Spirits. And we're going to be down at the tasting room at the National Harbor. I'll be hosting, you know, being the MC for the night. And we have comedian Eddie Bryant coming through there to tell y'all a whole bunch of funny jokes, man. Y'all done seen Eddie Bryant on One Mic Stand with Kevin Hart. Y'all done seen him on Laugh Mob, on Magic Johnson's network. He's been on News One with Roland Martin. Martin launched his First Amendment stand-up tour, all kinds of stuff, man. So he definitely going to be funny. He going to do a full set. We're going to be laughing and spilling wine on each other and eating hors d'oeuvres and being fancy. So make sure you go on my website, cousincornbread.com, click the events tab at the top of the page, man, and go on there and buy your tickets. $35 in advance. All right, go get them Jones right now. And if you bring in your boo or your mans or your girls or whoever y'all want, you can get 2 tickets for $55. So you save a couple bucks if you buy 2 at the same damn time. You hear me? So make sure y'all do that. That's May 27th, 6 p.m. down at the National Harbor. Come hang out with your mans, your favorite cousin Cornbread, all right? So yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. My same 3 keys to life that I tell y'all every episode, man. Here we go one more time. So y'all can get this in your head, okay? Number 1, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Number 2, if you don't set goals, you'll always work for somebody that does set goals. Number 3, don't drink and drive. You might spill some. Log out.